Yo, what's up everyone? My name is Andrew Warren, and in today's video, we're going to be discussing some more positive news that was recently released around Tesla stock. And so, just addressing the share price for today, it has gone up a significant amount in the after hours. It actually surged more in after hours than it did in the normal market hours today. So we're at a plus 1.22% gain for after hours right now. That's around $24.66 added on to the share price. So we have seen kind of an increase in after hours, and I can't really attribute this increase to really anything. I mean, you can look at the side news pieces from Robinhood where it's talking about the new Gigapress, but that was released 10 hours ago. So that was before this notable movement that we saw upwards in the after hours. And then of course right here, this is from 12 hours ago, and it's talking about some news from Tesla Battery Day with Elon Musk hinting at some information there. But if you just look at these three articles, there's really nothing noting this increase that we've seen in the share price just in after hours. And I like to emphasize in these videos, obviously, it's pretty hard to attribute, specific news to an actual stock movement unless it's something like an earnings announcement, or if it's like the announcement of a stock split, where we've seen consistency across the board with the stock split announcement for both Apple and Tesla stock, that it actually shot up significantly after that announcement. And then sometimes on earnings announcements where they beat expectations. If they beat expectations and it's positive news, sometimes the stock will go upwards, but keep in mind, that's not always the case for every stock in the stock market. That's the common reason why people say don't try to play on earnings, because sometimes you can have really positive news, and if it's expected already, then some people might just sell off anyways based on that news just for some short-term profits. So it doesn't always correlate in terms of positive earnings equals a movement upwards. That always doesn't happen. And so that consistency isn't always there. But just addressing the possibilities of what could have caused this movement upwards, I think the news piece that we're talking about today could have a role in that. I believe it was released in after hours, so kind of near the time around of when we saw this increase upwards in after hours. So like I said, this is all revolving around Tesla stock, and this is about a price target increase. And so just to go ahead and tell you all who the price target upgrade was from and what the numbers are on that. So this was by Jefferies Financial Services, and they upgraded their price target from $1,200 to $2,500. And for those interested, this is where the information first came from, I believe. So as you can see, it was right before the after hours closed for Robinhood at this 7:26 p.m. marker, and it says Jefferies raises Tesla price target to $2,500 from $1,200. And so as it says from that tweet, and then from other information from articles that I've looked at, it stated that this was the new price target from the analysts at Jefferies. And then also in one of the other articles that I read around this price target upgrade, it stated that there was a $3,000 upside scenario for Tesla stock by Jefferies as well. So I'm assuming that upside scenario is kind of like with ARK Invest, you have your bullish scenario, then you have your base case, and then you have your bear scenario. So I'm assuming the upside is like the bull scenario. And then, of course, ARK Invest also has their golden goose scenario, which is the most ideal thing ever, everything happening perfectly for Tesla. So I'm assuming this upside price target of $3,000 is just like the ARK Invest bull case or something along those lines. So keep in mind, even at the base case of this price target upgrade from $1,200 to $2,500, that's a huge increase. Keep in mind, that is double what their previous price target was. And also, this is only a yearly price target, meaning that from today and until a year from now, that their price target for Tesla is $2,500. Now, keep in mind, including myself and some other people as well, I think over this next year, we're going to see more of an increase in that. But still, when we're looking at this in comparison to what we're used to typically seeing with analysts and price targets from analysts, this is actually pretty bullish. And I'm kind of surprised to see a banking company come out and be pretty bold like this and say, we think Tesla is worth $2,500 a year from now. Keep in mind, this isn't a 3-year price target. This isn't a 5-year price target. It's not a 10-year price target. This is a pretty bullish price target considering what we're used to seeing from many analysts out here. So it's not like they've came out and said, we've upgraded our price target from $1,600 to $1,750. And, of course, we're already past $1,750. We're almost at $2,050. So it's nice to see an analyst actually come out and actually give a price target that is, of course, above what the share price is currently at. And then also just simply being pretty bullish on Tesla, because that's still a pretty big increase from now and then. And of course, with my personal opinion, like I said, I think Tesla would be worth more than that in a matter of a year. But still, I have to give them props, and I think that's a fairly reasonable price target for what we're used to seeing from analysts. And like I've said in previous videos, it's seeming once again that analysts are starting to wake up and realize what's happening. Obviously, this price target has been changed from $1,200 to $2,500, and we have to note what a big increase that is. That's over double their previous price target. So that's a big deal for a group like that to actually decide to pretty much double their price target. When they double their price target like that, they've basically admitted that they were kind of wrong on their previous estimate. So it does take a little bit of boldness to come out with a price target not only at $2,500 like a pretty bullish scenario, but it's also pretty bold as well to pretty much double your previous price target and kind of admit where you're wrong. And I think that deserves a little bit of respect to be able to admit where you're wrong and improve from that and don't make the same mistakes. So definitely props to Jefferies on that. I have to give them some credit there because I feel like this price target is pretty reasonable considering what else we've seen from other price targets and analysts and things like that, where we're still seeing like price targets of $1,600, some price targets of like $1,300, and then you still have that one Tesla bear that's at like an $87 price target and refuses to change. And that's all because of like ego, whereas you have analysts like this that are willing to change. They're willing to say, okay, our previous price target was an underestimate, so we're changing it. Things have changed. So that definitely gets some props from me. And there's something that I like to emphasize with all of these videos. Of course, this is great news for Tesla stock. That means we're starting to see analysts wake up. We're starting to see them get on board with Tesla and realize what retail investors have been seeing for a pretty long time now. But still, even in this scenario right here is kind of what I've mentioned in previous videos, where it seems like analysts have a late reaction. It seems so far from what I've seen with the price target upgrades from like a price target upgrade to $1,900, and then Wedbush recently upgraded their recent price target once again. Some consistency that I have noticed with these upgrades recently is that analysts are kind of just adapting to what Tesla stock has already done. So let's say if their price target is $1,800 or $1,900, like with Wedbush, it hits $1,900, and then all of a sudden you see the analysts change it once again. Or if Tesla stock continues to grow and you have analysts saying a price target for Tesla is $1,300 and Tesla's currently $2,000, then obviously they're going to start to adapt. That's kind of similar to what we're seeing with Jefferies, where it went from a $1,200 price target to $2,500. So at least with analysts right now, and this is why I try to emphasize in these videos not to put all of your faith and all of your predictions on what analysts are saying, because take a look at the history with Tesla and look at what analysts have been saying this company has been worth over this past year and a half especially. And so if you take a look at that and especially see the changes that are happening recently, it seems that analysts are still not understanding what retail investors have been getting for such a long time now. And even at this point in time, analysts are kind of adapting to what the share price has already moved to. Now, of course, like I said, it's pretty bold of Jefferies to give a $2,500 price target, which is something that Tesla hasn't reached yet. That's pretty bold because, of course, like with all of these Tesla critics, you're going to kind of look like a crazy person to some people if you're bullish on Tesla, like Kathy Wood and Tasha Keeney are, with this like $7,000 price target by 2025. And then you have like their $22,000 price target, like the golden goose scenario. So you kind of do end up looking like the crazy person. And even with me being bullish on Tesla, I've had people basically call me crazy as well. I've read those comments before where people are kind of just saying Tesla's basically worthless, and I'm saying it's worth $1,500 per share, it's worth $950 per share. And at those point in times, it seemed like a crazy price tag. But when you look back at it in retrospect, I actually wasn't that crazy. So I have to admit, even with Jefferies right here, I have to give them props, because when you come out with a bullish scenario like this or a bullish price target upgrade, then you kind of put yourself on that platform where everyone's judging you. Obviously, there's going to be some Tesla fans that love your bullish price targets or your bullish thoughts about Tesla, but then there's also going to be people calling you crazy, and you're kind of on the spotlight where if you're wrong, then you're going to be like really wrong to a lot of people, because they're going to be like, how did you get this wrong, or something like that. So I have to give them props on putting out a bullish price target like that at $2,500, and especially the upside scenario of $3,000. I feel like that's really, really reasonable, especially for a 1-year price target. That would be like another $1,000 added on to Tesla just in a matter of a year. So that would be a big deal. Keep in mind, those will be different values after the split happens, but I really do think that's huge. And I think it's important for us to note as retail investors, with these news pieces, we start to see analysts slowly adapting, and they're slowly realizing what a lot of us have seen for a while now, which is not only the opportunities in the vehicle sector for Tesla, but we're talking about the energy sector, like with solar power, batteries, and so many potential revenue sources. Like I said, you have the digital upgrades, over-the-air upgrades as well, and you can buy digital content, and then there's like the Tesla subscription service. So I feel like there's going to be so many different revenue sources in the future for Tesla, and it's only a matter of time until they come out with something completely brand new once again, in addition to already what we're looking forward to, like full self-driving technology and even better battery capacities and things like that. I feel like we could see HVAC systems and even aircrafts. Even Elon Musk has been talking on Twitter about how aircrafts, electric aircrafts, aren't far too off at this point. I think he said like 3 to 4 years. So keep in mind, it's only a matter of time until Tesla comes up with something completely new as well, in addition to the already revolutionary things that they're doing right now. So anyways, I just wanted to share this good news with y'all. I hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure to smash that like button if you did. And also, feel free to check out Robinhood and Webull in the description below. If you sign up with my referral link, then you'll get some free stocks. And especially with Webull right now, if you use my link and deposit $100, you'll get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400. And you can take that $100 you deposited right back out. So it's basically just free money, free stocks. But I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week.